Hi there. You would find out that after World War II, when America used the atomic diplomacy, as people would say it, the dropping of the two atomic bombs, one in Nagasaki and one in Hiroshima, Japan was completely overwhelmed. As a result of that, the unconditional surrender of Japan was taken advantage by the Allied forces. You have the United Kingdom, you have China, in fact, and you have the United States of America, and even the Soviet Union. They came over to Japan, led by MacArthur, not only to suppress any possibility of Japanese rearming, gaining military power, but also to instill into the minds of those Japanese people that war is not only barbaric, but it is also very psychologically damaging to the people and to the country to the greater extent. It is devastating. Truly, it is. And so they have to make proper reparations for what they've done. But you would find out that this standard is not applicable to the US and the British people. They would come, destroy, and forget it. When the Philippines was destroyed by America, in fact, it was not the United States of America who helped the Philippines, it was Japan, because the blame was put on Japan for World War II. But who bombed the Philippines was no Japanese people, was no Japanese plane, but American planes. America destroyed the Philippines after World War II. Of course, they won, and we were finally set free from the American regime. But going back to the affairs now going on in China and the US, the seemingly brewing fight or even war, as we might say, is you have to remember that prior to the World War II and even earlier dates, Japan was controlled by the US, as China was controlled by British, and India and Burma, all by British. Of course, there were participations in the control of China because China is a huge country. It is a very wide territory. So you have the Germany, you have the Netherlands, the Dutch people who came over and manage in a way as they would want to call it. But actually, they have this concept of what? Sphere of influence, while Japan was under an open door policy because that was demanded by Germany and British people and the Dutch that it would be allowed also to come over to Japan. Japan was then at the time controlled by the US government. And obviously, the American people who were at the time really enjoying the benefit of having control of Japan and the business there. And if you are not very much also aware, not only China became the buyer, consumer of the drug trade that was conducted by the United States of America, though in China there was a combination of British American drug traders. But to make it simple, you have to be reminded again that the white American are no Americans by blood, but British. It's only the red American Indians who are truly American, born in America and are American. But those that are white, they are British who came over to America and claimed the land for their own and deprived the red American Indians of their property. And so we go to that tenet, that concept of how these people are savage and how these people, this British lineage, are prone to take not only property but even lives. And so it's with China right now, as these British American occupants are coming over to them. They have the same goal. This time around, if war would ensue, chances are that China might lose. See? And for the America, this British American, to control China, dismantle the government, put out the ruling party, Communist Party of China, and assemble a new government that is aligned with the principle of the United States. And its economy, everything in it, will be aligned with the benefit or with a system that would benefit the United States of America. And if you had been following the international uh, market of TSMC, or the Taiwan Semiconductor Corporation, you'd find out that one of its greatest client is the United States of America. Thus, America is very much interested, if possible, if not China to completely cooperate with America, then to have Taiwan completely liberated from China, as the only way that war typically can be avoided, by having Taiwan completely liberated, and it would have a stronger bilateral relationship with America, leaving China out of the picture. And this is what America wants, because America wants TSMC. But not only that, if war would ensue, it is more advantageous for the America. Why? Because they would have also a possible control of the mainland China. The mainland, as you know it, is not only a huge, how would I say this, consumer of American goods, yes, but they are also a big source of raw materials that America could use for its production of equipments. Because I had mentioned to you last time that China holds a huge deposit of rare earths element, and this is a crucial component of all manufactured electronic items, new equipments by the United States. And they need more. And they need China for that. And so if they could engage China in a war and would have the chance to destroy China, America is cunningly positioning itself in a way that it would not disadvantage the land of America itself. You see, if China would have to engage US in war, they could not send their ICBM straight to the US. because the enemy, America, would be fighting against China via proxy. You have the Philippines. America has now 5 bases in the Philippines. So ICBMs of America will be sent from the Philippines, Japan, Hawaii. Look at that. And perhaps even for some political maneuvering, even could send from Indonesia as well. Needless to say, Australia would be a great help for this matter, and India from the other direction. So, America, the British America, will be spared from any possible bombing, from any direct attack of Chinese, whereas China will be overwhelmed just like Japan. And when it happens, China will be completely subjected to looting worse than what happened to Japan. Economy controlled, government dismantled, people reoriented, and it will be a Chinese obedient to American power. And so that's for tonight. I intend to expound on this topic next time so we could have a more better perspective of what's going on. So that's why we're going in the past to understand the present and perhaps we'll have a glimpse of the future. So goodbye and thank you for listening. That's all.